Hey guys, my phone overheated. It's like almost 100 degrees out here, so I'm going to try to stay somewhat in the shade. But yeah, it appears to be that this actually has a button, so it's actually locked to where you just can't walk up and open this thing. So, and it's completely different on the 2024 Tacoma. So they have just a regular one. But yeah, I like the new Tacoma a lot. We've been talking about the price on some of these other videos, and like I said, I'm trying to stay off the sun with this phone. But everything has gone up in this country and all over the world probably. So it's almost 67,000. I think I've seen one online and it was about 65,000, because this one does have some options. So you could get one for a little bit cheaper. Let's look at some of these options. You're looking at, we got 60, so we got like 380 there. So then we got 480, so we got 500. We got about 1,000. Yeah, we got about $1,200 extra added on with this one, where you could get one with just like the mud guards, for 60 bucks I've seen on there. So you could be looking at like a little bit less than, you could be looking at around 65, like I said, around $65,000 without all the extras added on. Like that spray and bed liner is $575, and the black tailgate insert is 99 bucks, which I'm not too mad at with the black tailgate insert, because that's something that I would probably do. And it's gonna run you the same amount. It would probably cost you more to do it yourself, these parts. And I like that. It's got the power tailgate. It's just got, and you got the ARB bumper with this thing. You got the ARB bumper. We make it a little smaller. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat again. But you got the ARB bumper. You got these little recovery hooks down here. You don't got them. You don't got the red ones in the front. They're just regular, just black. And then you got that TRD tuned exhaust. Here's mine in black here. And they have a dual exhaust here on this one. And they say TRD on both sides. And they're really nice. And it's still bumper here. You got just a plastic bumper here. Okay? And you got all your tow stuff here. And your lights. And you got an ARB steel bumper, which is really nice. This is plastic up here. And you get the hybrid system. So, would I trade my truck for this? You're damn skippy. I just would. I probably would, because, I ask myself all the time, was it worth getting the TRD Pro? The TRD Pro had everything that I wanted on a Tacoma. It's fully loaded. Like, you could get a fully loaded third generation Tacoma and get the TRD Limited. I mean, not the Limited, but the TRD Premium, which is going to give you the sunroof, the leather, and basically everything except for the TRD tuned suspension. You're not going to get the TRD wheels, and you're not going to get the, I already said the suspension. You're not going to get a skid plate, but you can add a lot of this stuff on there. And if you're getting an off-road and you're going to change the suspension, it really doesn't make sense to get the Pro. You are going to have the name though, it's going to be a Pro, so it's going to be a big difference, especially with 22 and 23, because you did get the stamp bed, which is nice. I do like it a lot. I actually like the stamp bed. It looks cool. It does look cool, I can't lie. When you get stuff, like, sometimes you just kind of, sometimes we just we take things for granted, so sometimes I do take the truck for granted. Like, I hadn't driven in a while, and I hopped in it, and I really liked how how high it sits. And it's just a nice truck. It's a beautiful truck. People give me compliments on it all the time. And even the sales guy, one of the sales guys down here is like, yeah, man, I wouldn't get rid of that. He's like, are you thinking about getting rid of it? And so, I mean, I definitely have taken this truck for granted, because, like I said, this was everything that I ever wanted. But I had just got into Tacomas in around 2022. So, I'm a huge fan. So when they came out with something new, it's just, I think it's pretty normal for people to, to kind of gravitate towards, something new, especially if you're getting into it, if that's like your new hobby or your thing, it's not going to be like you're just going to hate on it, unless maybe you've had a few Tacomas and, turbocharged engines aren't your thing. But I'm just hoping that Toyota got it right. It just doesn't make sense to spend all this money, into putting out this new turbocharged engine for you to have a bunch of failures. So, the price sucks, but as I was saying before, everything has gone up in this country. Everything's expensive. Like, I bought a Dodge Daytona Charger 392 back in 2019, and it was $47,000. Now that same car is close to $70,000. I think it's like, it's at least 60 something. It's 60 plus. So yeah, it's like 60, 60, 65,000. So you know, basically for the same exact car. So things have gone up. So that's just kind of how it is. This truck was like $51,000, but I did have to pay a markup. So then, you know, it was unfortunate that I paid close to like another $2,700 on top of that. So basically $3 more grand. So, you know, you're starting to get up there, you know. I didn't want to do it, but I really wanted this truck. This color is one of my favorites. Like this orange, this solar octane is absolutely my favorite color. I love orange. So, and you get like the gold flakes in this one. But yeah, I basically take this truck for granted. You know, I love going out to the garage and seeing it out there though, you know, when I'm not driving it. And I do love driving it a lot. And you're definitely going to get more room in the back seats. They're just more comfortable. Let me unlock it and get out the sun for a sec to help this camera too. So I got this seat all the way pushed back, and I'll show you guys in a sec. So yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's hot in here too. Look, this is my seat all the way pushed back. So this is basically how you have to sit. So, but the seats are more comfortable. You guys see me all the time. I'll take off my hat. I mean, like I said, I'm not really in the back here like that. I guess it kind of almost feels the same. I think it's just something in general, how comfortable or uncomfortable these seats really are. So it does kind of feel like the same. It's a little bit more comfortable than the 4th gen, but not very much. So I'll just kind of give you guys, there's the sunroof. Here's that power sliding window. So, you know, this is basically in the inside. If you go on the inside of these 3rd generation Tacomas, all this stuff is going to be the same. Everything in here is going to be the same. If you have an off-road, there's your crawl control up there. Everything is going to look the same. There's like no special TRD, anything in here except for red stitching. And then you're going to get that TRD up here on the headrest. But there's like no TRD badging on the inside of the truck other than the headrest and this red stitching. And then you're going to get the TRD mats, the TRD Pro mat. So yeah, so I just think, you know, put my hat back on. Yeah, I just think, you know, the new truck is a lot nicer as far as, you know, the big screen. You get a big 14-inch screen in there, and you get the heated or cooled seats, and then you get those isodynamic, you get those big isodynamic seats that are gonna really be in the way. But yeah, like this is if the seats all the way push back. And I'll slide over here because I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'8". I'm like 5'8", 5'9". I'm not 5'8", excuse me. I'm like 5'9", 5'10". I wish I ain't that short. So here's where I sit. So here's how I have my seat currently. So you wouldn't be able to like sit like, who sits like this? I don't know. Most people probably sit like this with your legs a little wide like that, you know? So I'm like I said, I'm like 5'10". I'm like 5'10", 5'9 and a half, 5'10", right? 5'10, we'll just say 5'10, sorry. I keep on trying to make myself taller, but I'm definitely not 5'8". I'm like 5'10 for the 10,000th time. So, you know, it's not bad. And it's not too bad in here sitting like this, but it's definitely more comfortable like this. But I kind of do feel the same exact way that I do in the 4th generation. But if you're sitting like this with those isodynamic seats, you'll probably be good. So we'll hop out because it's not too much better inside this truck. I think it's like 100 degrees. But yeah, I think I would trade my truck. I would. I already told him, because this is the owner's truck over here. I said, hey, tell him, you know, tell him little Kenny wants that truck out there. Let me shut my door. But yeah, this is a really, really bright orange. Really, really bright orange. And this is the Terra. This is not my favorite color. I've seen the underground one online. That's the one I would want. But I think I would take this just because it's a Pro. You know, the TRD Pro, this is the first year of the special color on the 2024. So it could be sought after, you know, many, many moons down the road. But you guys know me. I like to change cars like I change my clothes. But yeah, I would probably try to hold on to it for a while or something. But so the new wheels are 18s, and these other wheels are 16s. That's what I could have told you without telling you the tire size. But I switched my tires. So I had a Goodyear Wrangler with ATs on this one before. But so these are the 16-inch TRD wheels from 22 through 23. They were 16, so they went up 2 wheel sizes all the way to the 18s. And then there's the new badge that they brought back, the TRD Pro badge. So there'll probably be a lot of people out there faking on the 24s. And I do like how they have the different color roof.